32 teams started and 2 teams remain as the New England Patriots are 3-point favorites over the Atlanta Falcons for Super Bowl 51 on Sunday, February 5th. This game features the highest total we've ever seen for a Super Bowl at 58 points. Both New England and Atlanta had thoroughly impressive performances in the conference championship round, as the chalk held up yet again. With 8 blowouts in the 10 NFL playoff games, fans are desperately hoping for a good battle in the Super Bowl, and they should get their wish. Dan Quinn and Bill Belichick meet on the biggest stage in sports for the second time in 3 years, but the circumstances are quite a bit different. Super Bowl 49 featured the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Quinn was the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks then, but he's the second-year head coach of the Atlanta Falcons now. Belichick, as we know, is the Hall of Fame coach of the New England Patriots, and he has shown once again that his teams are always ready to play. The offensive coordinators deserve a mention at the top of the playbill for this upcoming performance as well. Superstar OC Kyle Shanahan has done a brilliant job with Matt Ryan and the Falcons offense. Josh McDaniels doesn't seem to get enough credit because his quarterback is Tom Brady, but he's been spectacular since taking over the reins for the Patriots. The New England Patriots are 16-2 with playoff wins over the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. New England has been building bankrolls all season long with a 15-3 record against the spread. It's almost unfathomable that a heavily bet, extremely public team like the Patriots can put up that against the spread record in the face of inflated lines, but they have done it. This will be the 7th Super Bowl appearance in the illustrious career of Tom Brady. He's 4-2 on the big stage so far. Brady posted a 28-2 touchdown interception ratio during the regular season, but he struggled a bit with a 47% completion rate against Houston and 2 touchdowns against 2 picks in the divisional round. As if there was any doubt, Brady completed 76% of his throws with 3 touchdowns and no picks to bounce back and help lead his team to another Super Bowl appearance. The guy is just spectacular. Brady only has 1 Super Bowl win since he won 3 of 4 from 2001 to 2004, with that triumph coming back in Super Bowl 49. In his 6 Super Bowl appearances, Brady is 164 of 247 for a 66.4% completion rate and 1,605 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Brady's ability to elevate good talent into great talent is something that actually comes off as underappreciated. Julian Edelman is a prime example, as Edelman picked up his 3rd consecutive 100-yard game last week against Pittsburgh. With Rob Gronkowski out and Martellus Bennett hobbled, Brady has made a star out of Chris Hogan, who had 9 catches for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns against Pittsburgh. The Patriots couldn't run the ball against the Steelers, so that's something that Josh McDaniels may want to figure out heading into the Super Bowl. But there's no better quarterback for this game than Tom Brady. With Brady taking the majority of the headlines, the Patriots defense has quietly put together a really strong season. No defense allowed fewer points than New England's, and the Patriots limited opponents to 5.2 yards per play, which ranked in the top 10. The Steelers had 5.5 yards per play last week, but some of those came in garbage time with all doubt removed as to which team would be winning the game. The criticism about New England is that they have not faced a whole lot of premier quarterbacks this season, which is true, and they'll get one in Houston. But Belichick and defensive coordinator Matt Patricia have 2 weeks to prepare and coach up the players. One thing that really helps the New England defense is that Brady and the offense take great care of the football. The Patriots win field position battle with regularity, and that goes a long way in today's quarterback-driven NFL. Atlanta heads into this game with a 13-5 record overall, including a couple of playoff wins over the Seattle Seahawks and Green Bay Packers. The Falcons are 12-6 against the spread. The high-octane offense of the Falcons has led to a 15-2-1 overmark. People may be surprised to see the Atlanta Falcons in this position, but they should not be. The Falcons roared out to a 6-1 start in Dan Quinn's first season, but Atlanta crashed in the face of adversity after losing a few games in a row. The experience was beneficial in Quinn's development as a head coach because he was able to nip things in the bud that popped up this season, and it has all led to a berth in the Super Bowl. A lot of credit needs to go to Kyle Shanahan, who is the mastermind behind Atlanta's offense. Shanahan's play design and ability to tailor the playbook to player strengths is second to none in the NFL from an offensive standpoint. Defensive coordinator Richard Smith has also done an excellent job this season and has gone on with a relatively young but very talented defense. There have always been questions about Matt Ryan in the playoffs. Narratives grew because of some untimely regular season pickoffs and past playoff performances. He'd been the first to admit that they weren't very good. Entering this postseason, though, Ryan was 124 of 187 for 1,230 yards with 9 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. This postseason, Ryan has been spectacular, with a 70.7% completion rate on 75 attempts, with a 7-0 touchdown to interception ratio and 730 yards passing. On the heels of his best regular season ever, Ryan has gone toe-to-toe with proven playoff performers Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers and has completely outclassed them. Also, Atlanta has been able to spread the ball around to a collection of athletic mismatches like Mohamed Sanu, Julio Jones, Devonta Freeman, and Tevin Coleman. Julio Jones will draw a tough assignment against Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler, but Kyle Shanahan will have 2 weeks to prepare to get his guys open and find a way to crack the New England code. The Atlanta defense gave up a lot of points this season, but also saw a lot of snaps and a lot of time on the field. From a yards per play standpoint, the Falcons were pretty much around league average. The Falcons have allowed 5.7 yards per play in each of their 2 playoff wins this postseason, so it's fair to wonder if they can stack up against Brady and the potent Patriots offense. As long as Matt Ryan takes care of the football, the Falcons can turn New England's game plan right around on the Super Bowl favorites by controlling the clock and winning the field position battle. There are also some very important intangibles to consider about this game. The New England Patriots have some really significant edges in stuff that you may not be considering. They are all tied to experience. The Patriots have been here before. They've been to a lot of Super Bowls, and Atlanta has not. In fact, the Falcons are in the playoffs for the first time in 4 seasons and haven't been to a Super Bowl since the 1998 season. The coaches for the Patriots are definitely more experienced in terms of preparing for a game like this. Finally, and perhaps the most important, the Patriots have been through the dog and pony show that takes place during Super Bowl week. There are plenty of distractions. There are media requirements, families are in town, there are other events in the host city. All of these things can be tiring and distract from the preparations for the big game. The Falcons are still a relatively young team, so this has to be a consideration in your handicapping. For those who are patient, you could wait around on this number. The public will inevitably back Tom Brady and the Patriots. We'll have to see if Atlanta is the sharp side. You should be able to catch a 3.5 or possibly even a 4 on the underdog. If you like the Patriots, you should be able to find a 3 here and there. But it would be a major shocker to see it fall anywhere under that key number. Both of these teams deserve to be here, and Atlanta's defensive growth over the course of the season has flown under the radar because the offense keeps putting up points and keeps putting up overs. So our pick and prediction will be on the Atlanta Falcons at +3.